The morning I walked my daughter into her new school, I lost every ounce of respect I had for a family I'd never met, and I sat in my car afterward and cried before I trusted myself to drive. Let me back up. 11 years ago, my older brother died in a fire. He was the night guard at a furniture warehouse, and a man burned the place down for the insurance money. My brother went back inside twice, once for the cleaning lady who'd already gotten out, and once because he thought he heard someone on the upper floor. There was no one. He died running toward an empty room. The man who lit that fire became the most hated name in our city for 2 solid years. I won't write it here, but I know it the way you know the sound of your own mother's voice. I'd moved across the country partly to stop hearing it, so you can imagine the morning I was hanging my daughter's coat on her little hook and a mother 3 feet away crouched down, fixed her son's collar, and called him by that name, soft, affectionate, like it was nothing. I thought I'd misheard. People mishear things. Maybe it was something foreign that just sounded similar. I stood there pretending to fuss with the zipper on a bag that didn't have a zipper. Then she said it again, fuller this time. The whole thing, first and middle, the exact pairing that had been printed under a mugshot in every paper I grew up reading. My ears started ringing. I had to put my hand flat on the wall. I'm not proud of what I did next, but I followed her toward the gate, made myself smile, and said something about what a handsome boy she had and what an unusual name. Where had she found it? She lit up. She loved that I'd asked. She said she'd seen it somewhere years ago, a list, maybe a plaque she couldn't remember, and it had just stuck with her. It sounded strong, she said, important, like a name that belonged to someone who mattered. I said it was very memorable. I smiled until my face hurt. Then I walked to my car and fell apart. Here's the part that actually keeps me up at night, and it isn't her. That name didn't ring a bell for her own parents, who must have heard it 100 times by now. It didn't ring a bell for her husband or his family. It didn't ring a bell for a single teacher at that school or any of the other parents standing at that gate every morning. And it didn't ring a bell, this is the one I can't forgive, for whatever clerk sat at a desk at the registry office, looked at the form, and signed off on naming a newborn after a man who let a father of 3 burn alive to cash a check. That's the one I lost respect for, not the mother. She's careless, maybe lazy, maybe she just liked the sound of it. People are allowed to be ignorant of things that gutted other people's lives, but a public office, a person whose entire job is to catch exactly this, they had one duty and they treated it like a stamp. I never told her. I'm not going to. What would it do except poison a little boy's name in his own mother's mouth, and he didn't choose any of it. He's 4. He likes dinosaurs. He shares his crackers. None of it is his fault. What I did do was quietly ask the front office, weeks later, whether the class ever uses nicknames, and I mentioned how some kids prefer a shorter version of their name. The teacher took the hint better than I expected. By winter, the whole class was calling him by a soft little 2-syllable nickname, and now that's just who he is to them. The full name only comes out when his mother is angry, and even then it lands on no one but me. So when someone tells me we talk too much about the past, that surely everyone has learned the lessons by now, that we can finally stop dragging these old terrible things back up. I think about a clerk with a pen and a 4-year-old boy carrying a monster's name into a room full of people who didn't flinch. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me the past stays in the past.